Can we record it? We could record if he stops recording.
Now I can hear you guys. I can hear you guys. I couldn't hear you before. Okay.
Okay.
Yourself.
That's better.
All right. Good.
Archie, how was your Easter?
My Easter was great. You know, we did a Zoom meeting for our kids. You know, between my wife and I, we have because this is our second marriage. We've been married 25 years, but this is our second marriage. We have between the two of us, we have 8 kids, and we have 15 grandkids right now. And we have some in California, we have some in Massachusetts, some in Connecticut, and the rest are in Jersey, except 2 of them are actually, even though they actually live in New Jersey, one is actually going to school out in Colorado, one's going to school down in Louisiana. So, yeah, so anyway, I started to say, we were trying to, we were talking about the success spiral and the failure spiral, and I don't think we did it much justice. I want to go over it again because I can share the screen, which I think will be which will be valuable. All right, so I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to get hooked up on. Hold on, just 1 second here. Cannot minimize the screen. Okay. Can we do that? I think we can do that. Let's see.
William, stop.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Maybe we can do that now. All righty. Okay. So, let me share my screen with you then.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully everybody can see this pretty well, right? You guys see this good? Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's start at the top. This is the success spiral. And we start with confidence. We have confidence in ourselves. We have belief, right? So we have a positive attitude. We believe we can do something. We believe we can accomplish it.
Mm-hmm.
What does that lead to? Well, it leads to having a positive attitude and an expectancy, right? It helps us.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence. It's easy to be positive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it helps that, right? So, and having that positive attitude and expectancy, that leads to try new things. Don't give up. Work. Have enthusiasm. Be the best you can be. So, if you were willing to do those things, try two things, not to give up, work harder, to have enthusiasm, be excited, and be the best you could be. How do you think that would work as far as your results? What do you think? Did you get good or better results if you did that, or worse?
Better.
Better, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: it goes to good results. Now, when you get good results, how does that make you feel?
Good.
Makes you feel good. Does it help your confidence or make it worse?
It helps your confidence.
Your belief. Does it make it stronger?
William, sit back.
Yeah, right. So what happens when your confidence and your belief are stronger? You have more positive expectancy and attitude. Your attitude is positive. And then guess what? You have more of a tendency to try new things, not to give up, to work harder, to have enthusiasm, to be the best you can be. And so what does that do? Does that give you better results? Sure. And what does that do? It gives you more confidence. So you see how it spirals. It spirals up and up and up and up. Okay? So that's the success spiral. So success leads to success, right? It's kind of winds up, right? You get better and better with it. So what about the other side of that, though? So let's see if I can get that and look at the other side of that for you.
William, stop. Excuse me.
What I just did that time. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Hold on 1 second. All right, now. So let me share my screen again. And here we go. Okay. Now, this is the failure spiral, right? The failure spiral. So people have a negative attitude and an expectancy, right? If you have a negative attitude, it's a no, I can't attitude. It's a not to expect to do good. I expect not to do good, right? I don't think I can. I don't have any confidence, right? So what does that do when you come over here? So you're not willing to try new things because you don't expect to succeed. You give up easily. When you do try something, you give up easily if it doesn't work because you just say, well, I knew it wasn't going to work. You give up. So what's your effort? Your effort good or bad? Right?
Good.
It's poor effort. You're not working hard. You're not trying. Do you have any enthusiasm? No, because you don't think you can succeed. Do you do your best? Not really. No. So what does that lead to? Good results, poor results? Poor results, right? Sure.
Yeah.
What do you think the poor results does to your confidence? Makes it better or worse?
Worse.
Makes it worse, right? And then if your confidence is worse, what does that do to your attitude? Does it make it better or worse?
Worse.
Makes that worse. And then when you come over here and now you really don't want to do things, you want to give up, you have no effort, no enthusiasm, you don't do your best, you don't believe you can succeed, and your results are even worse. And then your confidence drops some more. So you see what I'm talking about? So what happens with this is a downward spiral that's going downward. And the problem is it's hard to break those, right? If you're in a downward spiral, it's hard because what happens, you get down on yourself, you get depressed, you feel like you're giving up on everything, and you don't put forth the effort to really do what you're capable of doing, right? So it's a very negative thing. So that's what we were talking about the other day. We said, well, how do you break one of these negative spirals? What can you do to make it better, right? So there were a number of things, but one of the things you could do is think about and try to pay attention to what you're focusing on. You see, we tend to focus or think about, right? We tend to, we tend to attract and go in the direction of the things that we think about most, right? So if you're down and you're not expecting good results and you're kind of depressed about things, what is your thinking? Is your thinking good or is your thinking bad?
Bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Bad.
It's bad. And that's what you're going to
Very bad.
attract. You're going to attract more of that kind of stuff in yourself, negativity, right? And that's going to feed more and more and more on all the negative stuff, right? So, hey guys, try not to make too much noise on this so that everybody can hear. All right. All right. I don't want to mute you. So I want you to be able to have feedback. So okay. So we have to pay attention to what we're focusing on. So what we want to try to do is when we start thinking negatively and start feeling bad and start feeling sorry for ourselves, is start to think about our goals, start to think about what we want to accomplish, start to think about how we want things to be, as opposed to maybe how they are right now, right? So sometimes we have to have a little imagination and say, well, what could it be? Could it be better? And then what can I do to make it better, right? So we have to start evaluating. Evaluating is a big word, but all it means is asking ourselves questions. See, in life, when we're always doing that, we're evaluating all the time. We're thinking about something. We're evaluating. Is this good? Is this bad? Is this helpful? Is this something I want to go towards? Is this something I want to go away? How did I do with this? How do I look? These are all self-evaluations. I'm going to mute everybody for a minute because there's a lot of noise here. Okay, trying to eliminate some of that. Okay, so when we're thinking and we're going in that direction, it's very easy to continue in that direction, right? So we have to do something about it. So when we're evaluating ourselves, a negative attitude person says this. Negative attitude says, why did this happen to me? Why can't I succeed, right? Why can I never do good? Why do I never do good in school? Why does everybody run faster? Why is people prettier, skinnier, this, that, or something else, right? But think about the answers to all of the questions I just asked myself. So if I'm mentally asking myself these things, what are the answers going to be? What do they have to be, right? So it's almost like me asking you a question. Do you want to go downhill or do you want to go lower? It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing either way, right? So you're asking a question that cannot have a positive answer. So what does that do? It just drags you down. So people with a positive attitude learn to ask themselves better questions. So they'll ask questions like, well, what can I do to make this better? Who can I talk to that might be able to give me some advice? I wonder if there's something I can go online and read about that will help me figure this out. Maybe there's a mentor or a person or somebody who I look up to who I can sit down with and explain things, and maybe they can help me, get through this and do better. Maybe I can watch a video. I mean, there's so many videos today on almost everything, right? Maybe I could watch a video that will help me fix this. So you see, the answers to those questions are all positive, right? They're all things that are going to help you move in the direction you want to go. So what happens is in life, we don't have, it's not a straight line to success, right? It's not a straight line to success. It's more of a, let me show you a picture of what, this is what it looks like to us, right? This is what it mentally looks like to us. Now, how do I make this thing bigger now? I'm on Zoom. Help me. Okay, here we go. All right, so let me share this screen with you now. And okay. Well, that didn't work out very good, did it? How's that? Can you see that all right? Yeah? All right, so there is you, and here's your goal. And this is in our minds, this is a straight line to a goal that we're working towards. That every day we're going like that. So in our minds, that's what it looks like. But that doesn't really look like that. So it really looks more like this, right? So look, you start out towards a goal, and then you have a bad day, things don't work so good. Maybe you have a little success, and then you have a little setback, and that continues, right? You know what this is called when this stuff happens? It's called life. That's just how it is. That's just how things are in life, right? But what about at this point here? You see where this arrow is? At this point here in life, this is what that would look like. And here's your goal. And at this point, maybe this is 2 months into your goal, 3 months into your goal. How would you feel about that right then? You'd probably feel pretty down. You'd probably want to give up on yourself, right? It's a pretty negative thing. And yet, in reality, this is what the whole picture looks like, right? So, does that all make sense to you? That makes sense? So, yeah, so at some point along the line, we get down on ourselves and we want to give up. That's why it's so important to have this positive mental attitude. And the other thing that's key with this is, look, if you have a small goal, if you got something little you're trying to accomplish, maybe it's just a stripe on your belt, right? Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's to increase your grade from a C plus to a B. I mean, it's not a big jump, it's a small jump. You can usually get through those. But how about if you had a big goal? How about if you were a C student and you wanted to get, your goal was to become an A plus student? I mean, that is a major goal, right? And the bigger the goal, and the longer it takes you, the more opportunity there is to fail. The more opportunity it is to give up, to be discouraged, and to quit, right? So you got two people. One has a goal of becoming a landscaper, and there's nothing wrong with landscapers. I know some landscapers who do really well and make a lot of money. But if you're just a basic landscaper, you're not doing fancy, renovations and things like that. You're basically just cutting lawn and taking weeds out and things like that. That's something you can learn pretty quick, right? I mean, you don't have to be, you don't have to go to 10 years of school to do that, right? Or maybe it's, somebody who cleans hotel rooms. I mean, you can learn how to do that pretty fast. That doesn't take a lot of time. You could be up and running pretty quick. So those goals are pretty easy to attain because they're short term. But let's say you wanted to be an engineer or a pharmacist or a doctor or a teacher or something where it's going to take, a good high school education. It's going to take a college education. In some cases, it's going to take getting a master's degree or a doctorate degree. And it's going to take a lot of time and work and effort, right? Those goals are where people give up easy because they're long and they get discouraged along the way. And so a lot more people may start off to do those things, but don't end up doing it because they give up when as time goes on, when they get discouraged. So having a PMA, having that positive mental attitude is really important to have. Okay, I'm unmuting everybody. And hopefully,
Okay.
Okay.
okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, I hope this was enjoyable for you guys, and I hope you liked it, and I hope you got some benefit out of it. We did actually record one. This is like the third one in a row that we were trying to record, but we got this one recorded, I think. And so we'll put this one up on the website. Did anybody get a chance to see yesterday's classes yet? They didn't go up until this afternoon. Did you? Yeah.
We were in the conference, so.
Oh, okay. So what happened was there's just a huge amount of work to get these things up. We're using a separate camera. Sensei Melissa, at least on Monday, she's filming them at her house, and then she's got to send me the files, and the files are really big. A lot of those clips are over a gigabyte. They take a long time to come. Then I have to download them, and that takes a while. Then we have to edit them all, put it all together, edit it. Then we have to send them up to YouTube. So it's almost impossible for me to get them up the same night. But I did get them up early this afternoon, and but they're up there now. So if you haven't had a chance, it would be a good idea. We are adding some good video footage at the end of those sessions. So if you're at the live session, you didn't see all of it. You saw some of it, and I would suggest you take the class again online, get some more exercise, and learn some different things, especially the self-defense, because it's kind of hard with the self-defense if I don't have a partner to work with, right? So by myself. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here today, and we'll see everybody in class. Our next video class will be tomorrow, and we'll see you guys there. All right? Have a good evening.
What time, Hachi? What time?
What time? Which class? Emily?
Beginner.
Who's asking me?
Beginner. For a beginner class.
Okay. All right. So the class is tomorrow, or 2:30 for the beginners, 3 o'clock for the Karate Kids in advance, and the Achiever class is recorded. And
He's just
I've
telling
actually
the
recorded
time.
a good part of that Achiever class. That will be done and probably up by tomorrow afternoon as well. All right, guys.
Okay.
We'll see everybody in class. Take care.
Bye, Hachi.
Bye, Hanchi. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.